Alright guys, what's up? I'm back with my Raw review this week for 7/8/2013, and tonight's WWE show opens up with a vintage Wyatt promo. Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, and Bray Wyatt obey danger and say they are coming. So Vic Guerrero walks in with Brad Maddox and says that we're gonna have matches this week, or matches today, or WWE with the Money in the Bank All-Stars, and we open up with Sheamus and Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan gets the win in this one. Good match. It was basically a pay-per-view match in my opinion. It was 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. It was definitely a pay-per-view match. This was a SummerSlam pay-per-view match in my opinion, and Sheamus and Bryan shook hands at the end of the match. Nothing too serious, but it's alright. Then they send somebody to look out for Bray Wyatt, and then we had a backstage segment between Dolph Ziggler and AJ, and then he says that the only thing that's gonna happen at Money in the Bank is Ziggler and AJ winning. This next match I really didn't care for. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Tensai and Brodus Clay. Winners, one half of the Shield, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. And then we had WWE Champion John Cena and Mark Henry, and they kind of were talking, and Henry delivered a cheap shot, and Cena wanted to hit him with a yay, but the weight was way too much. Up next, I missed this because of my TV satellite being out, but nonetheless, Chris Jericho versus Curtis Axel. Again, I did not see this match, but this was alright. Of what I'm reading here, winner was Chris Jericho. It was Axel's first loss since returning with under the name change, and I saw the very end when he was trying to fight The Miz. Up next was Sin Cara versus Alberto Del Rio, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Edge, he used the same lighting that Edge and Lita did in their live sex celebration. I thought that was pretty funny. Wrestling Kayfabe tweeted that one out, I think. Can't remember. Vic Guerrero and Brad Maddox were backstage, and I flipped the channel on this one because I was done with this thing. I was on Twitter and found out that Vic Guerrero won, or basically said she got fired, and we have a Vince McMahon heel turn. It was record-setting votes according to Michael Cole all night. We had Rob Van Dam promos and most of her stuff. About how bringing back Brock Lesnar, how she didn't promote WWE 2K14 on Raw, and everything else. She left crying, and Vince McMahon says the new general manager is Brad Maddox. We had Kane versus Christian, and Christian came out to a nice pop. You guys want to see, WWE had a couple of botches. You guys can go check that out. But the winner of that match was Kane. Kane, it was basically a 2-minute match. Kane, not 2 minutes, maybe like 5-6 minutes. And then the commercial, so it was about like 11 minutes altogether. Christian goes for a spear, but Kane chokes on him for the win. And after the match, Kane looks up at the briefcase, and his music plays, but Bray Wyatt appears on the big screen. He is rocking his chair with a lantern. He talks about how people sheep and he needs to lay. Bray says it's time for the massages to wake up and lie that they're living in, and we have the debut of the Wyatt family. What he did was he lit a candle and said, "Boys, do your thing," or something like that. And all of a sudden, the light comes off, and you have Rowan and Harper attack Kane while Bray Wyatt is just sitting in his chair, and then all of a sudden Bray Wyatt comes out of his chair and sits there, and that was that. As we go to commercial, the crowd chants Husky Harris. This is one of the better Raws in a while, in my opinion. Since I watched all of it, I kind of get a little more grasp. But back from the break, we see Vic Guerrero walking backstage with her belongings. Ryback gives her a hug and says she deserves better. All I can say about this is that we will see probably Vicky Guerrero and Ryback working together, as Vicky Guerrero could be Ryback's new manager at Money in the Bank. Up next, we had AJ Lee versus Alicia Fox versus Kaylin and Layla, and this did not take long. This was about a 40-second match. Layla started things off back and forth until Kaylin attacks. Kaylin ends up spearing AJ on the floor and unloading until they separated. The Bella Twins were on commentary, and I might add, they were freaking hilarious in this thing. Leave your comments down below on what you thought of this match. Up next was CM Punk versus Randy Orton, and the winner of this match was CM Punk. The ending, Punk blocks the RKO with a big kick to the face, and Punk nails him for the GTS for the win. After the match, Punk is celebrating when Daniel Bryan attacks him. Out of any people, we didn't think it was going to be Daniel Bryan, but it was. Yes, yes, yes. And it was pretty good. He goes in the ring, rings a ladder. Bryan runs over Orton with a ladder and sets up him and climbs the briefcase. Bryan music hits and celebrates with the briefcase as Raw goes off the air. And a dark match as we speak is Ryback versus John Cena and Daniel Bryan versus The Shield. And this was an alright Raw. This was probably an 8 out of 10 because of the Wyatt family debut. So I mean, this was a pretty good Raw. Due to the hype of the Wyatt family debut, this is why I mainly watched it, and plus this was the go-home show for the final Money in the Bank hype. So leave your comments down below on what you thought of Monday Night Raw tonight, and I will see you guys later in the next video, probably tomorrow. So, yeah.